Okay, hello everyone, welcome to another Lord of the Rings LCG Nightmare playthrough. In this one I'm going to be having a look at the Dread Realm. That's the 6th adventure pack from the Angmar Awakened cycle. And this is one of the more recently released Nightmare decks. I haven't seen anybody playing this one on YouTube before, so this is going to be something of a world first here. In terms of the quest, this one's all about reanimating cards from your deck. They turn into undead enemies which have 2 attack and 2 defense, so you have to put them down in front of you. Like I've done here. And there are various things in the quest that kind of cause these undead enemies to appear at various times. You can get swarmed really easily. So there are loads of enemies to deal with. And there's also a mechanic around sorcery cards where these cards get revealed from the encounter deck and they attach to quest cards. So you can see one there, one of the nightmare cards. It attaches to the main quest and it counts as a condition attachment, which gives Dayton, who's the main boss in this scenario, +2 defense. So lots of these sorcery cards, loads of enemies, so the deck that you play for this quest needs to be able to deal with enemies first of all, and it needs to be able to deal with a lot of enemies, either by keeping them engaged or by killing them quickly. And questing's not a huge issue in this one, as long as you've got control over what's coming out of the encounter deck. You don't need a power questing deck, I think. You need to be a kind of more balanced deck in terms of combat focus and the amount of questing you focus on. But you also need a way to deal with the boss Dayton when he comes into play, so you've got to be pretty good at combat. He's got 5 defense and 12 health, and he can get plus defense and various other things from cards in the scenario, so you need a way to deal with him, that's for sure. In terms of the Nightmare version of this quest, there isn't too much that's different. They don't need to kind of fix these newer quests in the same way that they do older quests, so they haven't really done anything major to the deck. They've just taken out a couple of the enemies and a few of the treacheries. So I think the 2 interesting ones they've taken out are the Dead Lord, which is an enemy that would put another enemy into play, engage with you after the Dead Lord engages you, so you'd end up with 2 enemies. So I'm glad he's gone. And they've taken out the Terror of the North treachery. I thought that was really annoying, that treachery, because it would discard 3 cards from your deck, and that really affects your ability to deck build in terms of cards you can rely on. If stuff's getting discarded from your deck, you might have one card that you want to see, and that really messes around with that. There's also another treachery that discards allies if they're in your discard pile, so those 2 combined can be really horrible, so I'm glad to see the back of that one. But of course they've added some other cards which make the scenario much harder. So we've got a couple of new enemies, Silent Guardian and Necromancer of Carn-Dûm. That one's particularly annoying because every time it would attack you, you have to reanimate the top card of your deck, so you need some way to deal with him quickly. Then we've got some new locations. I think the one that's really interesting here is this Inner Sanctum. First of all, the artwork on that card is amazing. I think all the artwork in this Nightmare scenario is really good, but that one in particular is impressive. 6th threat, so pretty scary, and to travel there you have to discard the top 3 cards in the encounter deck, and it's going to trigger the when revealed effects of each sorcery card you discard, and there are a lot of sorcery cards, so that typically does go off that effect, so that's a location we definitely want to avoid if you can. And then we've got a few new treachery cards. That one is going to raise your threat each time you try to attack the reanimated dead with you. This one reanimates a card from the top of your deck, and this one gives the boss +2 defense, as we saw earlier. And then we've also got this side quest, which has got the bonkers effect on it. So I found in playing this quest, this doesn't really affect me that much, really. The deck that I'm using doesn't discard a lot of cards. I think if you're using something that would cycle your deck a lot and end up with a huge discard pile, this is going to give you a lot of trouble. But most of the time when I've played this, this hasn't really been as threatening as it looks. But it's definitely an impressive effect, and I'd love to see that go off in 4-player and just see tons of enemies come in. You could imagine using Tactics Boromir to just kill all of those enemies in one go. That would be amazing. Okay, so the deck that I'm going to use to play this quest is a variation of my Dunedain Trap side quest deck. So if you've watched my Untitled Nightmare playthrough, you'll have seen this deck before. I actually built this deck to play this quest, the Dread Realm, because Thurindir had just come out at the time. I just got back from America, got the Nightmare decks with me, and I really wanted to try this one because it looked really cool. And I wanted to play Thurindir, and it turned out that the 2 went together quite well. Dunedain are really good in this quest. I think this quest is kind of the showcase quest for what Dunedain can do in terms of engaging tons of enemies and triggering effects off having those enemies engaged. So we've got Amarthiul. He's kind of the cornerstone of the Dúnedain archetype. He gets 2 resources when you've got 2 enemies engaged. And because of the effect on the quest card, which puts Reanimated Dead into play with you from setup, you know you're going to be engaged with 1 enemy on turn 1. So Amarthiul is going to have Tactics icon straight away, and it won't be too long until he's getting 2 resources around. Then we've got Thurindir. He lets you get a side quest from your deck, plus 1 willpower for each side quest on the victory display. So there are a couple of side quests in this scenario. And I like him because you can go into your deck and grab Gather Information on turn 1, and that in turn will let you grab any card you want from your deck after that. So I think that's a really powerful effect personally. I love to be able to get any card that I choose based on the board state with his effect. Then we got Damrod. So I've got loads of traps in the deck. I think I'm running 9 in total, and he lowers the cost to play those, and he gives you additional draw. So the strategy that you kind of want to follow with this deck is a slow one. It's a slow control deck. It's not a power questing deck. It's not one that tries to complete the game within 5 turns. It takes a long time. But this quest in general takes a long time because you really need to build up a good board in order to deal with Dayton in the second stage of the quest. So in terms of the deck, we've got a lot of traps, entangling nets, forest snares in my hand to take engaged enemies out of the game, and ranger spikes, which is great for trapping some of these nasty enemies. That one's a great target for ranger spikes, as is that one, to be honest, so you don't need to engage him because he's quite difficult to deal with. And then the rest of the deck is comprised of lore cards. We've got Master of the Forge, get tons of draw with him. Gamburi Gan's a great quester. If you happen to get that location as the active location, he's going to quest for 6. And the Wardens of Annuminus can quest for tons in this scenario. You end up with loads of enemies engaged with you with this deck, so he's usually questing for about 6 or 7. And then the other attachments are mostly defensive stuff for Amarthiul, Ervalandor to get things into play. I won't describe every card, but I'll say that I've put a couple of cards in the deck to deal with this scenario in particular. One is Path of Need, and the other one is Mighty Prowess, if I can find that one in the deck. So I won't say what those cards do now, but they're there for a little combo to deal with the boss, so hopefully we'll see that in the playthrough. So that's the deck and the Nightmare scenario. This quest is really cool. It can take a long time, but you have loads of enemies, there's loads to think about, loads to keep track of, so really interesting quest. So what I'm going to do now is jump into a playthrough and we'll see how we get on. So I've got my opening hand here. Looking at it, I've got 3 copies of Ervalandor and 2 copies of Sarmthorn Sentry. I really don't like that start at all, so I'm going to mulligan this one. Lots of leadership cards and no traps, so that's not a great start either really, but let's play and see what happens. So we'll flip over the Nightmare card and then we'll follow the setup instructions. Before I do that actually, I need to go and grab the side quest with Thurindir. So let's get that one out, put that one in my opening hand, shuffle that up. Alright, so set Dayton on Altar of Midwinter aside out of play. So I'm going to put these over here, so they're out of the way. Each player reveals an encounter card from the top of the encounter deck. Each player reanimates the top card of his deck. So we reveal 1. Dark Sorcery, Doom 2. When revealed, each player discards each ally he controls that has the same title as a card in his discard pile. Well, that's going to do nothing because I have no allies in there. So that's a good start. And then we reanimate the top card of the deck. So we put that down in front of us, face down. So it says, Reanimated Dead are undead enemies with 2 threat, 2 attack, 2 defense, and 2 hit points. When the players advance to stage 2, all sorcery cards attached to this stage are attached to stage 2B as well. So they're going to stay there. So let's start the first turn. There we go. Alright, nets. I may as well play that one into the staging area for free. Because if we do get an enemy, it's going to slow that down. And then I'm going to play Gather Information down. I'm going to quest on that and try to complete it as quickly as possible. And I've got this enemy to deal with. I'll put 2 attack on it so we remember what he's doing. I want to play Dúnedain Warning, but I'd also like to be able to play the Armored Destroyer next turn. So I think I'm going to keep my resource. I can play that Gondorian Fire though, so I'll put that down and we'll need that later on. It's free, so why not? Questing, I'm going to quest for 4. Reveal 1 card. Okay, Heavy Curse. When revealed, attached to the current quest, counts as a condition attachment with the text. When a player plays a card, increase its cost by 1 if there's a card that has the same title in its owner's discard pile. So, not going to do anything yet. So that attaches together information, and that's going to surge into Restless Evil. When revealed, each undead enemy gets +1 threat, attack, and defense until the end of the round. So that's going to make the one engage with me go up to 3. If there are no undead enemies in play, Restless Evil gains surge while there is 1 in play, the Reanimated Dead. So he's going to go up to 3 this turn. No threat added to the staging area though, so that means I get to complete gather information on the first turn, which is excellent. So that'll go to the victory display, that one will go away, Thurindir will go to 3 willpower, and then I can go into my deck and search for any card I want. So I'm kind of tempted on Master of the Forge, because you get tons of draw with him in this deck. I'd also quite like to get Hennemarth River Song. Just having a look to see if I can figure out what the card that's in front of me is. Not really too many cards. So I'm going to take Master of the Forge and we'll start to dig for lots of traps with him. Now we'll go to combat phase. This guy is coming in, so I'll defend with Amarthiul. He's defending for 3. It's attacking for 3. Nothing on the shadow effect, so no damage there. And I'll put 3 defense on him so we remember what he's doing. And I'm not going to attack back, so we'll start the next turn. Okay, another Guardian of Arno. That's good. That's going to help us later on. So I'm going to pay 2. I'm going to put down Master of the Forge, and I'm going to use him and start digging for stuff. So search the top 5. Forest Snare, very nice. So I'm going to take that. Shuffle that. And then I think I will play Armored Destroyer onto Amarthiul. So he can now defend twice. I'm tempted on Forest Snaring this Reanimated Dead, who goes down to 2 attack now. But maybe I'll save the Forest Snare in case we get a nastier enemy. I can always use that one next turn. So here let's quest for 5, I think, because we don't know what we're going to reveal. And we'll reveal 1 card. Death and Calamity. When revealed, attach Death and Calamity to the current quest. Then the first player reanimates the top X cards of his deck, where X is the number of copies of Death and Calamity in play. So that's going to go there. And we reanimate 1 card. So that's another enemy on us. No threat though again, so we're going to get 5 progress. I really don't want to progress too quickly here actually. I want to kind of sit at this stage and build up my board state, so I'm not going to try to rush through that quest by any means. Combat phase, shadow cards. We'll defend them sequentially, so we'll defend the first one. Discard the defending character if there's a copy of that character in his owner's discard pile. There isn't, so I'm going to use Armored Destroyer now to ready him and get rid of the shadow card from that one. Now I'll defend that one, no damage, and we'll just refresh and go to next turn. So now Amarthiul, because I've got 2 enemies, he is going to get an extra resource every turn, so he's going to be on 2 here. I'm going to start by using Master of the Forge, see what we can dig for. Another Forest Snare, that's nice. Or Amarthiul, already got one of those in my hand, so I don't need that. Ranger Spikes would be nice for the staging area, but I've got a trap in there already. So I'm going to grab the Forest Snare. So let's take that one out of there and shuffle that up. And here I think I'm going to play the Dunedain Warning onto Amarthiul for 1. So that'll take him to 4 defense, and then next turn I'm going to look to get down Amarthiul and the Guardians of Arnor. I think in case we reveal another enemy, I'm going to pay 2 and Forest Snare one of these guys. So that's out of the game now effectively. And I get to draw a card for attaching a trap. Mablung, that's okay. I don't think I'm going to do anything else here. I'm just going to quest for 5 again. And reveal 1 card. Okay, Possession, Doomed 1. When revealed, destroy the highest cost ally in play. That ally's controller reanimates that character, adds it to the staging area, and attaches Possession to it. Counts as a condition attachment with the text. If Possession is discarded, the attached card is also discarded. So that's going to be Master of the Forge. He's the only ally in play. So he's possessed. And he actually goes into the Entangling Net, so he has -2 attack and defense, and I get to draw a card for that. And then quest progress, we have got 2 in there, 2 threat against our 5. So we're going to make 3. 1, 2, 3. And in counter phase, the Master of the Forge is going to come down to play. And we'll deal out some shadow cards. Now this one's not going to attack, so I'm just going to get rid of that shadow card straight away. And I'll just defend them again. Nothing there. Ready him and discard the shadow card from this one. And then I'll defend that one again, no damage. He's attacking for 0 anyway, so it doesn't matter. So now we'll refresh and we'll just keep these 3 engaged. Okay, Hanumarth, that's really nice. So I'm going to play him. I'm going to see what we're going to be up against. Let's have a look. Okay, Unholy Crypt. +1 threat for each reanimated dead in play. So that's going to be 4 threat. So that means we can just equal that and not make too much progress on the quest. So Amarthiul gets his extra resource. I'm going to play Erevalandil for 2. And then I'll use that and I'll get in the Guardian of Arnor for free. Because I'm engaged with 3 enemies. Then I think I probably don't need to do anything else. I've got Amarthiul to defend those 2. I've got the Guardian of Arnor now. So I'm just going to quest for 5. And we'll reveal the Unholy Crypt. So that's 4. And that gives 1 progress. And then we'll travel to that one. Go to combat phase. Shadow cards all round. This one's not going to do anything. And then I'll just defend them with a Amarthiul again. So have a look at this one. Attacking enemy gets +X, where X is the number of sorcery cards in play. So there are 2 in play right now. 1 there and 1 on the quest. So he's going up to 4. But Amarthiul's defending for 4, so no problem. And then we'll ready him and get rid of that shadow card there. And this one's attacking for 0, so I don't even need to defend it really. I could attack back here. I think I won't though. I'm just going to go to the next turn. There we go. Okay, Amarthiul gets his money. Let's see what the card's going to be with Hanumarth. Alright, Cursed Dead. So that's a great target for a Ranger Spike. So let's play that one into the staging area for 1. And I'll use Erevalandil again and get another Guardian of Arnor on the table. And let's see if he's actually going to bring out any other Cursed Dead. Nope, none in the discard pile, so it's just going to be him, and he's going to be adding no threat. So I think here I don't need to play anything else. I'm going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we reveal the Cursed Dead. He goes into the Ranger Spikes. And we draw a card. And then I get 7 willpower versus 0. So I will clear out the Unholy Crypt. And then we'll go to the combat phase, deal shadow cards. He doesn't engage because of the Ranger Spikes. This one goes away. Again, we'll just defend them. Nothing. Ready him and discard that shadow card. I take this undefended. -2 attack doesn't do anything. So refresh and go to next turn. Alright, another Armored Destroyer. I'll pay 2 and put another one of those onto Amarthiul. So let's put those at the back. Put that one there. And I think we'll look at the card. Dwemer Lake, okay, another fantastic target for a Ranger Spike, so let's get him into those. So that's going to put 2 threat in the staging area now. So I think we just quest for 2. And we'll reveal that one, goes into the trap, draw a card, Dunedain Warning. So we make no progress, because we had 2 willpower against 2 threat. Combat phase, deal out some shadow cards. And this one goes away. Defend, as you can see, it's quite a slow process of just defending these and building up my board state. +1 attack, +2 if there's a copy of the defending character in its owner's discard pile. There isn't, so it goes away. Ready him and get rid of that one, and don't need to defend it. So we'll just refresh and go to next turn. Okay, Song of Travel. So I'm really looking for 1 card from my deck here. And that's going to be Path of Need. Once we get that, we can go to the next turn. So I'm going to play that Song of Travel with Amarthiul's extra resource that he would have gotten. And then I'll use Erevalandil and I'll play Warden of Innuminus for 1, because he's now got a spirit icon. And let's have a look at what the card's going to be. Okay, a side quest, that's nice. So that's going to surge though, so we don't quite know what kind of threat we're going to be up against. I'll play the other Dunedain Warning onto Amarthiul, so he's going up to 5 defense. And I don't think I need to do anything else. I could Forest Snare one of those. but we've got lots of defenders right now, so I don't need to. So here I'll quest for 1, 2, 3. And we've got 2 in there, plus an undetermined number. Maybe 6? Let's quest for 6 and we'll see what we get. So we reveal Seal the Tomb. I can go over there, and that surges into a Cursed Dead, so that adds 1. And I think I put another one of those into the discard pile a second ago. Oh, there's 2 of them in there. Okay, this is getting interesting now. So we've got 3 of those all of a sudden. So that'll add another 2. So we get 1 progress. And then in counter phase, these 3 are going to engage. So now all of a sudden we've got 5 enemies to deal with. So what I like about this quest, it can go from something mundane to something crazy very quickly. So we don't need to worry about this one. Not going to attack, so let's just go down the line with Amarthiul. I think we probably want to defend some of these Cursed Dead without their shadow cards. So let's defend this one. Reveal that. Discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. Resolve the when revealed effects of each sorcery card discarded by this effect. Okay. 1, 2. No sorcery cards. That's good. So no damage from him. And then we'll ready Amarthiul and get rid of that one's shadow card. Then this one's coming in for nothing, but it could potentially get plus attack off the shadow effect. So I'm going to defend it. He's defending for nothing. Attacking for nothing, sorry. Shadow, until the end of the phase, attacking enemy gets +1 attack and defense for each reanimated dead engaged with you. What did I say? So now he's gone up to 3. So it's a good job I defended that and not let it go undefended. But no damage to Amarthiul because he's defending for 5. So we'll ready him and get rid of that shadow card. And then here, I think it's probably safer to defend with the Guardians of Arnor because he's defending for 1 plus 6, so he's 7. So let's have a look at this one. If there's a copy of the defending character in your discard pile, reanimate it and deal it 1 shadow card. There isn't, so nothing to worry about there. And I'll defend that Cursed Dead with that Guardian of Arnor. And I guess I defend the last one with Amarthiul, so he doesn't take any damage from that. And then I'll attack back with Damrod and just do 1 wound to that Cursed Dead there. And then we will refresh and go to the next turn. Right, let's see what card we're going to be up against. Really want to see another Master of the Forge. Okay, Death and Calamity. 1 second, I forgot the effect of the Seal the Tomb. So you discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, return a topmost undead enemy in the encounter discard pile to the staging area. So we go 1, 2, 3. Okay, that Dwimmer Lake, that's nasty. So he's going to be in there. So that's a tricky one. I think here a good play would be to pull that in and Forest Snare it. So I used Henemarth, so let's see what the card's going to be that we're up against. Okay, Dakenar's Curse. When revealed, attach Dakenar's Curse to the top of the first player's deck. Counts as a condition attachment with the text. The next time a player would draw 1 or more cards from attached deck, reanimate those cards instead, then discard Dakenar's Curse. Alright. So I think the best play here is probably to do 1, 2 and play Mablung. And I will engage the Dwimmer Lake with his ability. When he enters play, choose an enemy to get +5 engagement cost until the end of the round. Then you may engage that enemy or return it to the staging area. And then I'll pay 1, 2 and put that in a Forest Snare. So that's out of the game now. And we draw a card for attaching a trap. Oh, perfect, Master of the Forge, great. So I'm going to put this one there. And I'll move that one there because that's an active enemy. And I'm going to play the Master of the Forge, definitely. And I'm going to use him and go digging. Look at the top 5. Oh, another Forest Snare. Or Ervalandil or Mighty Prowess. I think we'll take the Forest Snare. The more traps we get, the better. We'll shuffle that up. I don't think I gave Amarthiul his extra resource this turn, so I'm going to do that now. And we are going to be against another card because we don't know what that's going to surge into. So I wonder if it's best to just Forest Snare one of these now and just forget about it. It's out of the game then. Don't need to worry about it. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. It's inefficient use of resources, but it's better to get rid of these when I can. So I'll trap that one, and that lets me draw a card. Oh, fantastic. Path of Need. Okay, we need that for the next phase. So we're starting to get all the pieces in play now. We're almost ready to move on. I'm going to try to draw a few more cards, and then we'll go to the next stage of the quest once we've got the board under control properly. Here I'll do Dunedain Warning onto Amarthiul. So he's going to go up to 6 defense now. And let's see, I've got 4 enemies I need to worry about. And I can defend 5 times, so even if we get another 1, wouldn't be a massive deal. Maybe I could play the Guardsman this turn. I can wait, I think. I think I can wait for him. I don't need that other Armored Destroyer. So now quest phase, we're going to be against 2 plus something else. I'm going to put 2 on there so I remember that. 1, 2. So he's going to be questing for 7, so I think we should put him in. And we're going to quest on Seal the Tomb, because I need to get rid of that. So let's go 10. And that ought to be enough. I think the most you can reveal is 6. So maybe a little bit more. We'll do another 2. If we revealed the 6th threat location, we'd go up to 8. So let's put in Damrod as well. And let's clear out Seal the Tomb before it gets crazy. So we revealed Dakenar's Curse. That goes to the top of my deck. And that's going to surge into... Ooh, Death and Calamity. Okay. Attach it to the current quest. Then the first player reanimates the top X cards of his deck, where X is the number of copies of Death and Calamity in play. So that's going to be another 2 reanimated dead. So 1, 2. Nasty. No threat though, so we're going to clear out Seal the Tomb in one go. So that goes to the victory display. That one goes away. And Thurindir goes up to 4. Alright, now combat phase. Shadow cards getting dealt out. So I've got 6 enemies to defend. I think we're just going to have to go down the line with Amarthiul. So I'll defend this Cursed Dead. And I'll take this shadow card off of that one at the end, I think. So let's have a look at this. Nothing, that's good. And then we'll ready him. Oops. That shadow card removal was for the Armored Destroyer there. So I'll defend the next Cursed Dead with Amarthiul. Have a look at the shadow card. Nothing. And then I'll ready him and get rid of the shadow card from that one. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left to defend. So I think I'll defend... Let's see, if he gets the plus attack shadow card, he'd go up by 5. So that wouldn't kill Amarthiul. Maybe it's best to defend him with this one, because he's going to be defending for an absolute ton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's no way this can kill him, surely. Yeah, no shadow effect anyway. Then I'll defend this reanimated dead with Amarthiul. And I have to take 1 undefended. So I'm going to risk this one undefended. No shadow effect, good, so no damage from him because he's -2 attack. And then I'll defend the last reanimated dead with the Guardian of Arnor. Well, we survived that. What we need now is some attack power, so let's hope we draw something good next turn. So I'll refresh, and the card that I'm going to draw is Reanimated by Dakenar's Curse. So that's another reanimated dead in play. Crazy times. And that one gets discarded. So Amarthiul gets his extra resource. I'm going to look at the top 5 cards of my deck. And we'll take the Mighty Prowess there. No other option. Shuffle that one. And we'll do that one onto Amarthiul for 1. Let's have a look at the card with Henamarth. Alright, Cursed Halls. While Cursed Halls is in the staging area, sorcery attachments are immune to player card effects. That's not going to do anything. I don't need to worry about that. I definitely need to kill an enemy this turn though, so I need to get down another defender. So let's play the Andrath Guardsman using Erev Valandil. And I will stop this. Let's stop a Cursed Dead. We'll stop this Cursed Dead from attacking, so we'll put him down here. So we remember that one. So we know what we're up against in terms of threat. It's going to be 5. So what do we want to do? Do we want to progress yet, or do we just want to try and clear out some of these enemies? I think we want to kill a couple. We need to defend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 3 with Amarthiul, 2 with these guys, so that's 5. He can defend 1 and he's stopped 1. So that's plenty. So maybe I just want to quest with this guy. I mean, he's going to do a lot of progress is the trouble. I'm up against 5. I guess I'll quest with Thurindir and Mablung for 6. So we reveal the cursed halls, and that takes us to 5, so we get 1 progress. And then we'll travel to the cursed halls to get out of the staging area. Now we'll go to the combat phase, so let's deal out an absolute ton of shadow cards. Okay, not many left, so these shadow cards would actually go to the higher engagement cost enemies, so I'll deal them out in order. So that one would go there, and he would get that one, he would get one, he would get one, and yeah, that one can stay there, because they're all 0 engagement cost, those reanimated dead. So these 2 would go away, so let's just get rid of those now. And then this one's not going to attack, so I'll get rid of that shadow card. And we'll just, I don't want to damage him, sorry. Let's move him over a little bit so I don't forget that. So let's defend them in an order that makes sense. So I'll defend one of the reanimated dead that doesn't have a shadow card with this guy. I guess I'll defend that one. So he's not going to do any damage to him. In fact, I can take that undefended, so that makes no sense because he's attacking for 0. So I'll take that one undefended, and I'll defend that one with the Andrath Guardsman. So he takes 1 wound from that, because that's 2 attack. Then I'll defend this one with Amarthiul, no damage, ready him, and discard this shadow card. Then I'll defend the next one with Amarthiul, ready him, and discard that shadow card. So that's 2 of them done with Amarthiul. Then I'll defend this cursed dead with the Guardian of Arnor, so no damage from him. He's already attacked. That one was undefended. That one's, yep, that one's attacking, so I'll defend that one with that one. I think that's everything. 2 with Amarthiul, that one with Guardian of Arnor, that one with Andrath Guardsman, undefended, Guardian of Arnor, yeah, that's good. And then attacking back, I need to kill some of these now, get them out of the way. So I think we probably want to kill a reanimated dead, so we'll do 4, and we'll kill this one. So that gets rid of those nets. And then I could probably kill the cursed dead with Amarthiul. I think I'll kill another reanimated dead though. So I'll probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, triggering Gondorian Fire to take him up to 6 attack. So it was 3 plus 1 for each resource in his resource pool, so he's going up to 6, and I'll just kill this one. Okay, Ranger Spikes. There we go, that's got things under control a little bit more. So we'll move these guys over, and then we'll refresh and go to next turn, turn 10. Okay, so let's have a look at what we're going to be against. Henemarth. Ooh, Witch King's Gift. Alright, time 5. Forced. When the last time counter is removed from this quest, reanimate each card in each player's discard pile. Then remove the Witch King's Gift from the game. When this quest is defeated, place it in the encounter discard pile. So I can either ignore it and get another 2 enemies on me, or I can try to clear it out and it'll cycle. I don't know what the best decision is right now, so let's carry on. So we'll look at the top 5. I'm thinking I might just ignore it for a bit. I'll take that Mighty Prowess, get it out of the deck. I really need to get some more draw. I think we can probably progress to the next stage though, we're pretty good. Amarthiul gets an extra resource. Not really anything to do here, I think. I think we just want to quest now and go to the next stage. I think we got this under control. So let's think about how we can do that. This guy's going to be questing for 8, and we've only got 2 in the staging area. Witch King's Gift is not going to add any threat. So that's going to take away 5. So we'd only make 1 progress, so we probably want to do a bit more. So let's do Thurindir for 4, and this guy for 8. That gives us 12. And will that be enough? We'll be getting 10 progress, so 5 and 16. Maybe 1 more turn? I could probably handle it if I went to the next round now. But we could certainly try to kill 1 more enemy. So I think I'll do that. So I'll just do 12. Reveal Witch King's Gift. It's going to put 10, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one goes up to 16, so now we're primed to progress next turn. And this one's going to go over here, so we'll decide what to do about that in a minute. So we go to combat phase, deal out a ton of shadow cards. So these three don't do anything, so we'll just get rid of them. So we'll go down the line again. Defend with Amarthiul. I'll defend this Cursed Dead. Ooh, attacking enemy gets +1 attack and defense for each reanimated dead engaged with you. So that's going to be +1, 2, 3, 4. So he's gone up to 7. So Amarthiul's going to take 1 wound from that. Not nice. Then I'll ready him and get rid of the shadow card from this one. So that's nastier. And then I'll defend the next Cursed Dead with Amarthiul. I don't want to take any risks with him now. So no damage from that. And I'll discard the shadow card from that one. Then I'll defend this one with the Guardian of Arnor. Have a look at the shadow card. Each undead enemy engaged with you gets +1 attack and defense until the end of the round. Okay, so let's leave that one there. So he's attacking for 3 now, so that's not going to do any damage. This one's now attacking for 1, so I will defend that with the Guardsman. Nothing, so he's not going to take any wounds from that one. And lastly, we have to defend that one, so no shadow effect left there, so we can just ignore that. So now they are all 3 defense, so could I kill one? I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, kill one easily. I think I want to keep the Cursed Dead around, so I will get rid of... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll get rid of this one. Okay, Darren's Runes, not bad. So that one goes away, and we'll refresh. Alright, Andrath Guardsman. I was really hoping to see one of the allies that gives draw. Let's look at the top 5, see if we can get an attachment. See, there they are, they're all in the deck. Just waiting for one of those to show up so I can draw an absolute ton of cards. I'll take that Ervalandal anyway, get it out of there. Look at the card with Henemarth. Another Dakenar's Curse, okay, another sorcery card. So that doesn't really matter, I think. It's not going to add any threat, but it's going to surge, so we don't quite know what we're going to be up against. So I'm thinking we probably want to... Let's remove a time counter from there. I think we should clear out the Witch King's Gift, and then we'll complete the quest. So let's quest for 4, 11. Currently up against 2. We want to get 8. That one should go away. Let's do another 2, 13, 15. Let's make sure of it. So this one comes, attaches to the top of my deck, surges into a Necromancer of Karndoom. Okay, forced. When Necromancer of Karndoom would attack you, instead reanimate the top card of your deck and deal each of the Necromancer of Karndoom's shadow cards. Lovely. So that takes us up to 4 in the staging area, so we get 11 progress, so that one goes away. So that's going to get placed in the encounter discard pile, so I'm going to actually physically place it there just to stop anything going wrong. Now engagement, he's going to engage. I don't want him to reanimate stuff, so I'm going to use Coney and a Trap on him. Response, after you engage an enemy, that enemy cannot attack you until the end of the round, so he's not going to do anything. And then we'll deal out shadow cards. Okay, so his is going to go away, these 3 aren't going to do anything. So we just go down the line again, defend with Amarthiul, nothing, ready him, get rid of that one, defend that one with Amarthiul, no damage. And then I'll ready him and discard this one. Then I'll defend that reanimated dead with Guardian of Arnor. And I'll defend this one with maybe this guy, I think. No shadow effects and no damage on him. He's done some serious work this game. And then attacking back, we can do 1, 2. No, just 1 there. So do I need him? I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Did I give Amarthiul his resource this turn? Let me just check. No, I didn't, so he should have another 1. Just double check that. Yep, good. Okay. So I can attack with Amarthiul and I can use Gondorian Fire, take him up to 9, so I don't actually need the Guardian of Arnor anyway, so I'm going to kill that Necromancer and get him out of the way. Alright, now we refresh, go to next turn, and that Warden gets reanimated, unfortunately. So he goes there. He's going to be a 2 attacker. So let's use Master of the Forge. Look at the top 5. I'm not sure there's any attachments left. Okay, Entangling Nets, there are a couple. I think we're going to draw that ally next turn. I'm hoping it. So let's see what the card's going to be. Another one of those. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we don't know what we're against again. But I think we'd probably just be safe to quest with the Warden of Annuminous. So I'm going to play the Entangling Nets into the staging area for free. And I'm going to play the other Andrath Guardsman, and I'll stop this Cursed Dead from attacking, because I want to progress this turn. So here I'm going to quest with this guy alone, I think. And he's going to be questing for, let's see, 8. And we're currently up against 2. So even if we revealed the 6th threat location, we wouldn't fail. I think we need another 2 though, just to be sure. So I'll put him in, and that'll guarantee that we progress. So we reveal Dakenar's Curse, that goes to the top of my deck. And then I reveal another card, because that surges into a Wraith of Karn Doom. Alright, so that gets trapped, draw a card, but that gets reanimated. This is going to be very hairy now. So that one goes in front of me, and that discards Dakenar's Curse. And we are going to get 6 progress. So we're going to clear that stage, and we'll go to the next quest stage. Here we go. Alright, Angmar Awakened. When revealed, add Dakenar to the staging area. Make Altar of Midwinter the active location, returning any previously active location to the staging area. Each player reanimates the top card of his deck. Oh dear, another enemy. So we'll add Dakenar. So that one becomes active, and we add Dakenar to the staging area. And we must reanimate the top card of our deck, so another enemy. Good grief. And then we'll flip that one over. So reanimated dead are undead enemies with 2 threat, 2 attack, 2 defense, 2 hit points. When Dakenar is defeated, advance to the next stage. So there's no quest progress required on there. We just have to kill the boss. So let's have a look at him. Undead Dunedain Sorcerer. Cannot have attachments. Dakenar gets +1 attack for each sorcery card in play, and gains indestructible while at least 1 sorcery card is in play. So currently we've got 1, 2 sorcery cards, so he's going to be 6. Forced. When Dakenar is damaged, if there's at least 1 sorcery card in play, cancel all damage just dealt and remove a sorcery card from the game. Alright. Now, Altar of Midwinter. While Dakenar is in play, progress cannot be placed on Altar of Midwinter. Forced. At the end of the staging step, the first player must either reveal 1 additional card from the encounter deck or reanimate the top card of his deck. So that's going to be nasty. So Dakenar is going to engage, as is the Wraith of Karn Doom. This is looking very dodgy right now. We've got a ton of enemies, so deal out shadow cards. Let's see if we can survive this turn. If we can survive this, we'll be fine. So this one's not going to attack, and these 3 aren't going to attack, so I'm going to get rid of their shadow cards. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to defend. And I've got 3 with Amarthiul, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potentially. So we need to be careful and figure out what to do here. I'm definitely going to defend Dakenar with one of these guys. So I'll save one of them for him. So this one is attacking for 0. So I think we probably want to defend this Cursed Dead with a Amarthiul. Attacking enemy gets +X, where X is the number of sorcery cards in play. So we've currently got 2, I think. This one and that one. So he's going to go up to 5, so that's not going to do any damage. Then I'll ready a Amarthiul and get rid of that shadow card, which means I can now take that undefended safely. No damage from him. Don't need to worry about that. Then I'm going to defend probably the Wraith of Karn Doom with a Amarthiul, I think. So I'll have a look at this one. No shadow effect, so no damage. And I'm going to ready him, and I'll just get rid of that one there. Then I'll defend that one with the... Yeah, I'm going to defend that with Damrod, because that's only going to do 1 wound. I know there's no shadow effect, so I don't need to worry about anything else. I think now we should do Dakenar. So let's defend Dakenar with the Guardian of Arnor. And he's defending for an absolute ton. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's insane. +X for X the number of sorcery cards in play, so he's going up to 8. So it's not going to do anything to that absolute tank. He's a beast. So let's chump block one of these. Hope for the best. Each undead enemy engaged with you gets +1 attack and defense until the end of the round. Nasty. Alright, so I'll leave that one there. So he's gone up to 3. So he's going away. Then I'll defend another one with a Amarthiul. So hope for the best here. Yeah, okay, so he's 3. Amarthiul's defending for 6. No damage. And then I've got one more, so I'll defend the Guardian of... Guardian of Honor, sorry, to defend this one. No shadow effect, so I think I defended everything there. I hope I didn't make a mistake anywhere along the lines. Don't think I did. And then attacking back, I've got Thurindir left. He could do... Let's see, 1, 2. They've all got +1 defense. He's got -2 defense though, so why don't I do 2 damage to him? Alright. Whew, survived it. Alright, now refresh and go to next turn. So that one's going to go away. Fantastic, I've drawn one of those guys. I'm going to draw my entire deck with that. That's insane. So Amarthiul gets another resource, and I'm going to play the Sarnford Sentry for free using Heir of Valandil. And that's going to allow me to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll just draw all of them. So that's all my deck gone now. That was brilliant timing for that guy to turn up. Okay, got a plethora of stuff to play. What I'm going to play though, and most importantly, is 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to play Path of Need onto the active location. So heroes do not exhaust to attack, defend, or commit to a quest while attached location is the active location. So as long as the altar's here, I can quest, attack, defend with heroes without exhausting. So that's going to be really powerful. And of course, this can't leave play while Dayton's in play. So that's a little combo there that I've managed to work into the deck. I think now we want to look at the cards, see what we're going to be against. Case Sinister Dungeon, so 4 threat location, no big deal. So we're going to be against 6, but we can quest for that much with our heroes without exhausting. I don't know why that's not going down. Put 6 there. So these guys will quest for 6, so I don't need to put anybody else in to the quest. I'm just going to play a few people down, I think. So we'll go for 1, 2, and we'll play Quick Beam. And I'll do the damage to him to ready him. And then we'll go, let's see, 1, 2, 3 for another one of these guys. I have no deck, so it doesn't hurt to play them now. And I'll go 1, 2 for an Andrath Guardsman. And I can choose a non-unique enemy engage with me. That enemy cannot attack you this round. I'll choose that Curse Dead there. So he's not going to do anything. Alright, so that's my insane board up and running. I can also play that Dunedain Remedy. I'll play that onto a Amarthiul, because he's going to be doing the defending mostly, so I'll heal him for 1. And then quest phase, I just quest with my heroes, don't need to exhaust because of Path of Need, so they're going to be questing for 7. So I'll put 7 in there, if it will let me. Oh, it's going to be in a bit weird. So we go up to 7. Can't put any progress on the Altar of Midwinter though, because Dayton's in play, so we just go straight to the combat phase. Deal out shadow cards to all of these guys. So we've run out of shadow cards, so that means some of these will go to the higher engagement cost enemies. So this one can go to him, and that one can go to him. There we go, I think that's fair. So these are going to go away. 2, 3. And that one's going to go away. Now here, I don't exhaust to defend, so what I can do is just defend all of these with Amarthiul. So I'm just going to go down the line. I'll defend this one with Amarthiul, no damage from that, and I'll ready him and discard the shadow card from this one. Then I'll defend this one with Amarthiul, no damage from him, and I'll ready him and discard the shadow card from, let's see, it's any enemy, isn't it? So I can get rid of Dayton's shadow card, that's good. So I'll defend this one with Amarthiul. Let's have a look at the shadow card. If there's a copy of the defending character in discard pile, reanimate it and delete 1 shadow card. There isn't, so it's not going to do anything. I've already defended that one. Defend that one with Amarthiul, don't exhaust. Defend that one with Amarthiul, don't exhaust. No damage. This one is coming in. I'm going to block with a Guardian of Arnor here in case it gets that plus attack shadow effect. If attacking enemy is a reanimated dead, it attacks again after this attack. Okay, but it's not going to get a shadow card because the encounter deck's empty. So that's going to do no damage to the Guardian of Arnor, and I will just defend the next one with Amarthiul, so no damage from him. Now Dayton is coming in for 4 plus 1, 2. I think there are only 2 sorcery cards in play, so I can defend that one with Amarthiul without exhausting again. And this is the last one I need to defend, so he's coming in for 2. I'll block it with Guardian of Arnor just in case of a nasty shadow effect. And no shadow effect side quest. Alright. So that was crazy. Now we go to the really fun part. So what we can do now is attack back on all the enemies with the heroes, and they don't exhaust to attack. And I'm going to trigger Gondorian Fire and give Amarthiul 5 attack for this turn. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down the line killing enemies one after another. So I'm going to kill this Cursed Dead first, so he dies. And now, because I killed an undead enemy, I can trigger Mighty Prowess on Amarthiul. Response: after attached hero attacks and destroys an enemy, deal 1 damage to another enemy that shares a trait with the enemy just destroyed. So what that allows me to do is do 1 damage to Dayton, and this is where the cool combo comes in, because when he's damaged, if there is at least 1 sorcery card in play, cancel all damage just dealt and remove a sorcery card from the game. So I'm going to remove that Death and Calamity from the game, using the response on Mighty Prowess. I'm just going to keep killing them all, so I'll kill this one, flip it over, Gambari Gan goes to the discard pile, and I'll remove this sorcery card, so that one goes away, and that one goes away. And now I think I've gotten rid of all of the sorcery cards. In fact, that one is removed from the game, so I'll just put it there. So now I can actually attack Dayton. I don't need to worry too much about attacking the others, so I can attack him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17. And he needs exactly 17 to kill him, I believe, so that is going to kill Dayton in one fell swoop. He goes to the victory display. I'll just double check I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, cool. So he's going to the victory display. And that means we go immediately to the next quest stage. I just realized I missed the effect of the Altar of Midwinter. Actually have to reveal another card or reanimate the top card of my deck. So let's reveal another one. That would have put in another 2 enemies, but I didn't have a deck, so actually I couldn't reanimate anything for that. So it would have attached to the quest, so I would have needed to kill another undead to get rid of it, to damage Dayton. So I'll just kill that one, which I could have done without exhausting any of my heroes. So that will remove that one from the game. Alright, so we've killed Dayton. Now we go to the next stage. When revealed, if there are less than X locations in the staging area, search the encounter deck and discard pile and add locations to the staging area until there are X locations in the staging area. X is the number of players in the game, so that's 1. There's 1 location in there, so I don't need to do anything for that. Bring it down there, flip it over. Okay, the reminder about Reanimated Dead again. Progress that would be placed on this quest is instead placed on locations in the staging area divided as you choose. Forced, at the end of the quest phase, if there are any locations in play, deal 1 damage to all characters in play. If there are no locations in play, the players have escaped Carndoom and win the game. So this represents the walls of the Dread Realm falling down on us. We need to get the hell out of here before we die. So now I'm just going to refresh, go to the last turn. Hopefully the last turn anyway. So I've got nothing to draw from my deck, no cards left in it, nothing left to play. All that's left to do is quest like crazy. So I've got 7 enemies engaging me, so this Warden's going to be questing for 7. I could look at the card with Handmarth, but because I have to reveal 2, there's not much point. So I'm just going to quest with everybody, basically, and I hope for the best in terms of defending stuff. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, 18, and these guys don't exhaust a quest, so we've got 20, 24, 25. And we're currently up against 2, 4, 6. So we'd be getting 19 progress, which is more than enough to clear that one. We've got 4 enemies engaged. Yeah, I think that would be enough, I think. I've got Coney in a trap. I'll do one of these guys as well. I'll go to 26 and hope for the best. So we're going to reveal 2 cards. First one, Tombs of Carndooms, 3 threat, and a Necromancer of Carndoom, so another 2. So we're going to add 5. So we're going to go up to 11 in there. So we get 15 progress. So we get 9 on there, and 6 left over, which can go on locations in the staging area. So we're going to get 9 plus 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 it would be. But that allows us to complete it. So that's the Dread Realm completed. We have done that one. I think that was an interesting playthrough. Sometimes this quest can go either way. You get completely hammered in the early game, or it's completely dull and nothing happens. But I think it's a really cool quest, and this deck's really, really well suited to it. It's a really good quest for showing off the Dunedain archetype and what they can do. So that's going to be all for this video. Thanks for watching as always. I hope you find it enjoyable. Hope you're enjoying these Nightmare playthroughs. Do let me know if there's any one that you want to see in particular. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one.